Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Bake, basically your Sunday morning wake and bake, right? So we're going to take a look at some key level supports and resistances, specifically some liquidity levels. I think they're important to recognize because this pattern is shaping up to be a pretty good little breakout potential. Now again, we're not on the right side of the tracks just yet, but from a swing trader's perspective, there's some good stuff here I want to talk about. That said, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade, you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below. We are celebrating our 84% profit in 8 hours for a recent swing trade from API 3 yesterday. So congrats again to our community members there. And if you want to become, again, better trader or just more consistent, have more knowledge and understanding of what's going on, go ahead and check us out on Cash Trading over here on Twitter. Same thing as well for Telegram, all linked down below in case you want to do that. And we also have a summertime sale here for our premium members, of course, Crypto Cash Premium Plus and Premium, both there for a summer sale. They're a significant discount. You can lock in your rate, link down below. That's only available for the month of August, just heads up on that. Okay, so Bake, what we want to talk about is a few things. To me, we're going to go ahead and look at the standard stuff, and I'll talk a little bit more about the smaller time frame, some patterns that I'm seeing here with the lower highs and lower lows, and kind of breaking through those, okay? So that said, right now, at this point, we are looking still fairly bearish, right? We got the moving averages working their way down. We keep getting rejected by the 20-day SMA, and of course, the 50 is not too far off. But that's not a super big deal. What is important to me, at least at these levels here, is this liquidity zone here. We've got a significant amount of sell-side liquidity. So it basically just means that we got a significant gap there that needs to be filled, which it is currently being filled, but oftentimes it's a pivot point. Again, another kind of big picture scenario here, but oftentimes you will see these liquidity zones get swept and the price action continues for a double bottom the other direction. Okay, so oftentimes double bottoms are beneficial in a sense. Now, there's no guarantee this is the bottom. The price could very well continue to run downwards, which is why we'll use a stop loss that is fairly liberal to the downside. But what I'm getting at here is we got a lot of liquidity here, and that amount is going to get filled, which it likely has already, and that should build a foundation for that second double bottom where the price action got that area essentially completed. Okay, so just again, keep in mind that's potential reality there. We can also see RSI kind of sort of bounced off of 30, close to it, but as you can see previously, the price action came down pretty low. It did come down below 30, so there is more potential for the price action to come down lower, and if so, that would be disadvantageous. But once again, we don't really see anything else besides that liquidity zone and the fact that we are testing that support level at 30 on the RSI, kind of giving us the indication the price could continue to run. Okay, so that being said, typically you don't want to buy these kind of dips, but let me explain to you why there's other reasons why you might want to consider it. Another reason I would say is because with our RSI here, it might be a little easier if I remove stochastics for the moment. You can go ahead and see here that RSI is right there above 50. Okay, so that's a good sign. In most cases, when you have these liquidity sweeps, the RSI has difficulty crossing that level, that plane, and I think it's important to recognize that we are on the right side of the tracks there. We also got stochastic kind of swinging upwards here for our first divergence. We do have a MACD convergence, of course, another very positive sign. If we take a look at its history here, when the price action has converged previously, the price has gone up significantly in most cases, right? So you got to recognize that any convergence in its past has done fairly well for itself. I'm not saying to buy the dip and to just go long because we have a convergence on the MACD on the 4-hour, but that's generally a good sign, letting us know we shifted that momentum. We are effectively making higher lows on the smaller time frames, and that's important to note in this general consensus here that we are doing well in that regard. We're also above, again, tentatively, but likely going to close above the 50-day SMA on the 4-hour. Okay, so again, this transitionary time frame, the 4-hour time frame, is telling us that it wants to shift momentum. Keep in mind, we have this resistance level here as well with the 200-day SMA. It's working its way down as a trend setter. Okay, so keep in mind we may not break initially. We could have come up here to this Fibonacci level at 0.382, get rejected, and then inevitably break through once we're on the other side of the tracks there. Okay, so that's looking good as well. I'll see what the hourly tells us and kind of go from here, wrap this up here for you, and we can see TD sequential, we are overextended, right? So buying into an overextension isn't always the best bet, but again, those liquidity sweeps, overextensions doesn't matter too much. Not that big of a deal. So again, this is a healthy continuation. It's not terrible. Do I like buying the top with the idea of that? Not really, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have my first entry be there, and I'll have a second entry at the previous most recent support, and then potentially even one below that to be on the safe side. Okay, so again, I do like to average up or down depending on the direction, and I would recommend you maybe consider something along those lines, just so that way you can get your skin in the game, but also not get too far in, if you will. Okay, that being said, we also want to take a quick peek here at the Ichimoku cloud. This is also important. We're breaking above the cloud, lag and spans free and clear the price action, conversion lines above the baseline. Okay, so this is mostly confirmation. We're about 2 hours into this cloud breakthrough. Okay, so that's a really important thing. Keep in mind we got some resistance levels ahead of us, but bottom line here is consolidation at this point, basically point like 9.18, or just say 09, if you will, 9 cents. That'll basically be a case in point where we're probably going to see the price consolidate. So I think a good buying zone right there would be about 9.20 or 9.2 effectively. Okay. So all in all, looks pretty darn good here. This is a pretty nice little setup. Again, it is still establishing lower highs and lower lows. You got to recognize that buying into that type of pattern is typically not the most ideal, but the transitionary time frame, the 4-hour time frame, is telling us we're seeing this momentum shift, hitting this bottom, hitting this floor. We've also got an increased amount of volume, which is extremely important, and these are all factors that you want to look for when taking a long position on a situation like this. So again, yes, it's overextended at the top, and we could very well see the price pull back, but once we have confirmation above this, 9.8, then we'll be in good shape. Between now and then, I think we're going to see a little bit of range-bound activity between 920 and 980. Okay, so 9.8, 9.2 is that range. I'll send a potential playout chart to my Twitter as well as my Telegram if you want to kind of pay attention to that. But I do think that this is a decent buying opportunity here, as long as we structure the trade effectively. Again, those trades are all available and fully automated through my Crypto Cash Premium account. So again, link down below, summertime sale for that if you want to consider jumping on in and locking in a rate. But the bottom line here is that we got some healthy profits and some really cool things going on over here. And it's just a lot of fun to be part of this awesome trading experience and journey with some amazing community members too. So again, we got our day trades firing there. BNB took some profits yesterday. In only a couple of days. It's funny, our swing trades are hitting their profit targets faster than our day trades, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, hope that was beneficial for you. And again, be safe, be careful trading. Once again, always use a good stop loss, use a good risk tolerance, and make sure that, of course, you are trading when you are in a good mood. Because if you're in a foul mood or having a bad day, trading is not the right thing for you. I can assure you, it's only going to make things worse. You might get lucky sometimes, but definitely not worth the while. Hope you've learned something here today. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in tomorrow's video.